Let's see, Will. You have to let me know in the chat now if you can hear me. What a disaster. So if I'm to believe that, then there was no music either earlier. 0 for 2 so far with the audio here. The computer, the software crashed on me as I was setting up for this match. I rebooted it, assumed things were fine. It should have. Oh, the music did work. Okay, well that's good. Anyway, so it's just my intro. Once again, that's been thwarted. I won't redo it. Number 2 going up against number 6 here. Levy's Fogle-Weekley out of Georgia going up against Darren Ross out of Texas here. Implications here, I will clarify before we get into this one. So for Challenge League B, the outright season winner, which in this case is mathematically Pat Grismore, automatically promoted up to the A division for the spring 2021 season. The rest of the players in the B division, 2 through 5, are competing in a playoff tournament next week to determine who gets that other promotion spot into the A division from B. So big stuff going on here again, in this 2 to 6 spot, and you see not a lot of space in there among all those players. So whole lot of jostling for position potentially still to be done, upset spoilers, all sorts of stuff that can go on. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look, put some faces to the names here for these folks, see how they've done so far in the season. So it's interesting. The records there are the only thing that really sort of look different between these two. His averages, the first nines, the big scores, all the ton throwing, nearly identical, but very, very different results. So you wonder if that is a timing issue. Maybe someone caught some opponents extra hot or extra cold on some days. Who knows? We'll see. Let's bring it into our match view here. It looks like we've lost a little bit of cropping. Won't let that get in the way. I've delayed this enough already for the players. We do have the cameras up and running. And folks, if you're ready, I'll go ahead and mute myself and shoot them well. Game on. So I'll bring these players, speakers back in for me here. Hopefully I can hear that. Fix Darren's board here.
41.
And we'll be off to the races. All right, 43 incoming. Now that the kinks are all worked out, I think we have the audio on that should be on, the audio off that should be off. Got Will Tuttle helping me out in the chat, confirming my worst fears. But what would I do without y'all?
26.
Oh, also got a text from another City League fan, Mad Matt there in the alternate chat, also trying to look out for the muting, the audio consistent inconsistencies. Nope. Now joining us in the chat for everybody.
66.
Alrighty. Matt Crescent ready to do some math. If history is any indication, I think our friend on the right side of the board might not be so ready. We shall see. Maybe it's gotten better. I couldn't even tell you the last time I played in person with Darren Ross. Then again, maybe I could, because there's a good chance it's actually on stream from the winter 2019-2020 City League season. That's right, City League. That's what that CL means up there on the top left. We used to play in person. It was awesome. It was fun. Hope to do it again someday.
Cute. 7.
So I will admit I was Ooh, good throws from Leb there. I was pretty surprised at the kind of lack of disparity between the numbers for these players that we were looking at with their season recaps. Again, just near identical in the average. The first 9 low tons, high tons. Leb eking out with 2 maximums here for the season, which I think he might have gotten pretty early. But then on the score tallies, where it counts in the matches and the legs, it is just all Leb all the way. Not only 11 points to 7, but a plus 18 leg differential compared to the -3. So lots more interesting stats to potentially dive into there, I think, and how that his seemingly similar numbers have shaken out so differently. Not able to find a heroic treble there with his third, Darren. So it's going to be Leb. 6, might only need 3. 45 remaining. Oh, finds the double 5 instead of the single. You hate to see it. It's going to go down for a single 3 to try to set himself up on double 16. That you've definitely got to call some camera nerves potentially between the first time on the stream here, plus a big juicy 105, just staring him down for an early, a hold, but still for an early leg on the board. Whew. All right, he's regained his composure there potentially here. One more, double 16.
3.
A little bit outside, but much better looking than some of those, the last 2 that he threw the previous turn. Darren will not punish here, not going to get a look at it.
45.
Oh, I thought that was a 60. 45 would have been much more helpful. There he goes. No more piddling around there. I mean, in fairness, Leb only missed 2 at a double there. I guess the trouble was getting to that double. We'll see if he can correct that for this leg. Now, Darren with the darts.
20.
Wow, look at it, whatever surface these players' boards are drilled into.
61.
I feel like I could recrop these and put these side by side without a seam in the middle, and you'd almost think they were thrown at boards right next to each other.
60.
So how's your week going? It's Wednesday. I don't know what day of the week it feels like. I don't know what days of the week feel like in general, honestly. It was bad enough before 2020. It hasn't gotten better. Sluggish start here to open up leg number 2.
41.
Uh, 26.
Our first opportunity for some math awareness here, I think, in the match. Darren
45.
should hammer 19s from 133, as 7 of them would leave the big fish. Well, he had to move.
100.
Well, good effort nonetheless.
$180.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. I was ready to call that a ton 40 there. That dart closest to the camera, I guess, deceptively high there.
41.
merely a shadow. I mean, I'm certainly not saying it didn't look super in. It's small on my viewport, and I'm a few feet away.
45.
Good looking stuff here so far from Leb. Meanwhile, Darren's camera feed, Skype can't decide what sort of picture it wants to be sending us. 25 is in there, 17 now for tops for an 82 that is after my heart. Oh, and it's a single two that's just...
37.
that might as well be after my own heart too, if we're being honest. That's a
Come on.
very laser cat move, if I do say so myself. 82 hit the 25 and then just flub the 17 into the 2. Yeah, I resemble that. I'll own that. 13's in. Tidying up again. Double 8 now.
Oh.
And
no
that'll
scope.
be a bust. For Leb. Had the looks at it. Some more finish line jitters, but they're going to be forgiven. As Darren continues to put in some less than desirable scores if you're on his side of the board. I'm sure Leb doesn't mind too much.
13.
All right, pressure's on here for Darren. How's he going to do it? Could go 36-36 here. He won't, but he could. Yeah, he and a lot of the other folks around Austin love themselves some treble 12 from 72. Not me, but they do. Inside on 16. Double 8 now. The move next door. One more
16.
is not going to be enough. Tops for the beard.
$30.
Game shot. First start.
All right. Better late than never. Getting through the door. Leg 2. The break is on. Leb looking to cement that #1 seed in the Challenge League B playoffs coming up next week, which will be broadcast live here, at least as much as we are able.
68.
But let's be honest, it's just 3 matches. We should be able to do all of them.
60.
So both these players throwing a little bit off their season averages here so far.
Ugh, 90.
Of course, you always love to see that ton 80, especially early on in the match. When you get that confidence, feeling good with it. You won't be surprised to see another one land. Especially in a longer match like this format, there's certainly time to see some more fireworks.
95.
$60.
Nice pace, nice back and forth here this leg.
Well, 134.
Wow. Extra nice back and forth here. Levy is getting to 86 after 6 visits.
45.
I don't think he'll be mad about that. 19s or 15s here from 85. Well, now just a single 15. We'll set up tops. And he gets there, so it's
46.
pressure for Darren here from 156, and I think that's high. It's well thrown for sure, but not well enough.
41.
Tops for Leb for a 3-0 lead. And to put all the pressure in the world onto Darren.
No score.
None yet. We'll see how this 115 shakes out now. It's not going to. It's not going to shake out at all.
41.
Game shot. First start.
All right, getting through again here.
Shoot well.
So it's funny, you know, we've been talking about. I've been talking a lot about this. You've been listening, or it's muted already at this point. Either you muted it or I've messed up the audio once again. Similar stats, not far off in these numbers, right? First nines right there. Leb eking out, you know, a relevant advantage in the overall average here so far through 3, but I could definitely see that gap closing before we get to the end of this thing. And who knows? We'll see. But I think it's,
75.
again, a matter of players kind of getting down in similar fashion. Maybe a couple rounds of misses and then someone getting through the door. And I think more often than not, if
47.
these stats are going to be what we're using as the indicator, it's Leb getting through that door first.
121.
Dark.
Yeah, fantastic visit there from Darren. Here, a little good darts there from his opponent.
80.
Right there. 30.
A couple of 5s in the 20s, not what Darren wanted, but he does have the breathing room on the heels of that 1-2-1, which was itself preceded by a 75, so not hurting for scores so far this leg. Can he use that to his advantage to try to get his first score on the board and join us here in this best of 10? The players can split at 5, or someone can win outright with a 6th
22.
leg victory.
Damn it. 44.
Can't tell which side of the wire that first one's on.
85.
I can tell now. 145 is on for Darren and off just as quickly. 70 remaining. 18s or 10s? 18s was the choice. Leb to try to apply some pressure here. 93 is the score from Darren. Leave himself on 52. 200 for Leb here. A ton would apply some pressure. Now it's going to have to be a 1-2-1. Now you're just happy to be here. 52 for Darren. Tops. He's got 2 at it. Whoa, almost a bust there. Double 10. Down at 4 o'clock. Not going to go.
42.
Again, opportunity just to apply some pressure. It's not an opportunity taken, but if there's a bustable or bogeyable or just end the visit without winning the leg sort of number,
6.
it's a 10. So if I'm Leb right now, I'm not feeling terrible necessarily about my chances here. Triple 18 would leave the bullseye. 103 as it is remaining. Ooh, not sure what in the world that third dart was
Must be 32.
doing up there. Indeed, finding the single 12 way away from any sort of foreseeable target. Should have been 19s. Just even if that was 20s, yikes.
Got
And
it.
Darren there. Okay, welcome to the match. Mr. Ross, good to have you here. Always a pleasure. And we'll see how Levius responds with the darts in like 5.
45.
Is that like almost a triple 18 with Darren's first?
114.
It is. It is. What in the world? Okay. Happy little accident.
60.
In case you're wondering, we do not play a call shot game here in Quarantine League. You do not have to call your shots to count them. That'd be pretty interesting, playing a call shot 5-on-1 league.
41.
Well, it'd be interesting for me to see other people play it. I don't think I'd like it at all.
22.
2-2, yeah, for any of the North Austin rags and teabags throwers in the chat.
81.
I was wondering if that second dart was a nice little correction. Indeed, it was. Leb's going to need more than a ton here.
81.
One more 20 gets Darren onto the big fish.
60.
But again, potentially advantage Lebius if he can do more than a 45.
45.
We'll see. We'll see. We saw. 19s now is, of course, what he's not going to go to. 19s there will leave the baby fish down from 170. Would have left a score of 40. But answers our question from earlier.
78.
A little champagne from Leb.
60.
3 really, really well thrown darts there from Darren, too. So these players are seeming to get into a pretty good groove. Of course, I say that Leb dumps one tight into the 4s. And then from 66, I hate it.
13.
I think he wanted 14s for 12s, which is okay if it's your first dart or if your opponent's not on a finish. But to go 66, your opponent's on a finish, and you don't go 16 to the bullseye, that is not being math aware.
33.
Just when you think you start to like a guy.
Second dart.
Well, I don't mind a 26 dart leg. How about that? So maybe a little bit of redemption there.
Shoot well.
You too.
So trending in a better direction after those opening legs of 34 darts each.
95.
Well, let's see. We're trending on up here. Both these players now over their regular season average
58.
by about 4.5 points each. Whoops. Didn't mean to turn off the scoreboard.
$83.
But still no combination finishes here. Leb with the classics. 32-16 and a pair of 40s. Darren with that lone double two that he eked out in leg 4 on his 28th dart at the board.
28.
$80.
Come on. 55.
Now, there have been a few instances where Darren has raced ahead in some of these legs, and a combination of Darren faltering a little bit at the end, but also Leb just being undeterred, just sticking in a well-timed 90-something or, ton something or other. Gets himself right back in it.
Ooh, 7.
He's been missing some doubles, but that's only because he's been having all those chances at it, and even fewer chances than you might argue he could have with some of the check down issues that have been plaguing.
$24.
Not what he needed there in his 6th visit there. So Darren should be, well, should have been. I mean, obviously should be on a checkout now. Oh, and it was a 24. I thought that was like a 7 or 9 or something to leave on bogey. Well, Darren should be feeling comfortable about his spot here in this leg. 6, if not 9, at the 154, if not 12.
40.
Oof. He will need more than those 3. Leb trying to put on some pressure. Just a 60 would do it. That'll be a good start here.
85.
I thought that was going to be a 95. Just a single 5 there, not a treble.
No. Anything right. 23.
I think that leaves 84 if that's a single 18 there from Leb from 102. Unless it was a treble, he's got 48 and he just missed 8.
Okay, well, 87.
Oh, it was a treble 11. Okay, I'm sitting here just like racking my brain, like 87. What in the world's going on? Treble 18, treble 11. Wanted the single 7 to set up double 8, double 4. Excuse me, 8, double 4. Meanwhile, Darren not putting too much pressure on. Yeah, a little bit. But still gonna have to burn at least 1 next time. We're gonna do a double. If there is a next time, the 7 is in this time for Leb. Double 4.
7.
Darren with a chance to steal. Not taking that chance. 41 remains. I like 1 for tops. Keep yourself right on that top part of the board. Maybe taking his time to readjust. 1 and 9 for 32. I think he hit the double thereof to leave 23.
27.
And then the double 1, excuse me. When I'm not sure why he was going for the 1 there to leave 22. I don't know. It's one of those nights.
Oh, third dart.
All right, Leb. Just thank goodness. No more check down math. It is getting testy.
Shoe off.
Well, not as tidy as some of the other recent legs there, but decent enough to get the job done. So this could be
14.
harmful for Darren's efforts here at the playoffs. I take one more look here at these tables. So, yep, Darren.
25.
Oh, it was actually, well, this is how well prepared I was, what a good broadcaster I am. Darren was mathematically out of the playoffs coming into this one. Like I said, it's going to be 2 through 5 in these playoffs here. So Leb's still playing for a position here as he is the number 2 and the current number 3, tied for him in points, does have a match remaining. That'll be Chris Duty. Number 3 spot there is going to be playing Mad Matt Crescent on Saturday, the 13th at 7 p.m. Central Time, so about 2 hours before now is when we'll see that, which will be the final match of the B division, and we'll get our final seedings set for that.
20.
And so also in the hunt there then, so just above Darren, locked in to at least that 5 spot, but also with a chance to jump up there, is going to be Chris's opponent there, Matt Cresson. So, yeah, going to be action and potential playoff spot jostling and shuffling all the way up through until the weekend when the season officially ends here and we get ready for the playoffs. So what we'll try to do there is we're going to have C Division playoffs, B Division playoffs, and the A Division championships. So we'll have 4 players competing in each of those, 3 matches in each of those. So we'll try to do something to stage some of those together. Either try to play all the rounds from one division together, or players from several divisions playing their opening match, in consecutive order on a stream. So just stay tuned here and on Twitter, of course, at City League Darts, for all of the scheduling and updates. And once we get those matches scheduled, we'll post those here on the YouTube channel, just like these. We're up in advance so you can see before we're going live. And then once we do go live, get those notifications, of course. Smash that like and subscribe.
26.
And shoot more than a 26 from 200. Led with the advantage here. The 167 is off, but it didn't need to be on.
60.
And 60 is going to be helpful for your effort there from 167.
60.
As it will be for 174. 88 remaining here for Leb. Don't go 16s. I'll hate you forever. Good man. I think that's going to be 68 remaining. It was.
40.
96 remaining here. It might be on. Is that on?
Cute. Wow. 24.
It was not. Oh, Lev doing some bad math, I think, or just completely pulling
Too many.
that dart, and then, yeah, the single 20s had the double 5. Finding 57 with his first dart from 6-7. How did it go so wrong? 87 here for Darren now. I think that's on. That's double 18 now for a out of nowhere 90. And he hit it! Oh, he's checking the math because he knows he might mess that up. But what a beautiful recovery.
Yeah,
Treble
sure
3, treble 17, double 18. Is there any way to take a 90 other than that? I mean, really? Wow. Beautiful stuff from the beard. What a well-earned leg that was. Absolutely gorgeous.
60.
There's our first combination finish of the night as well. Meanwhile, all of a sudden, Darren's first 9 has just shot up to almost 60.
60.
As his average continues to hover right around that kind of high 40s. Not quite teasing 50 yet,
41.
but could be getting there soon. Toaster in the chat.
26.
Always good to see you. Fresh off of a photo match of his own. I don't know how that went. I had to cut in for this just before that got going. But we've been talking and hyping up your upcoming match with Mike Gilligan tomorrow, I think. Or maybe it's Friday. That one's Friday, isn't it? Wow. So Toaster over,
45.
let's see, over Chud? Was that...
100.
Oh, I thought there were two in the treble 20 already. I thought that was a sweat with the final one missed high, but I was off a dart.
125.
Good darts.
Darren just marching on down here. 145 through 5. What'll it be? Oh, it's super on. 88 remaining. Treble 20. He might not know it. Treble 20 for double 14. Oh, okay, treble 16 for double 20. I don't mind it in that situation with your opponent so far back. I ain't mad about it. Oh, Toaster corrected me. It was Rascal. Not Bud the Chud. I was debating between the two.
$60.
Three well thrown. I love the kind of sound of those three clinking against each other.
20.
A couple misses that Darren can afford, having just come out the gate running here in this 8th leg. Looking to balance this out.
45.
Potentially play spoiler for the number 2 seed here. Like I said, a draw or a loss here for Leb would potentially open the door for Chris to sneak in to that number 2 spot, or that number 1 spot, excuse me, in the playoffs. Like I said, Pat not playing with that auto promotion. So Darren here putting in work. Another really solid leg.
60.
Now he's teasing the 50 average. Now he's teasing the 60 first 9. 23 darter there. And maybe it just needed some warm-up here. It's been quite a while since Darren's been on camera. So maybe he just needed some acclimation, as Leb also just needed kind of getting used to all this the first time. Of course, I say that Leb was the person in this match who threw the maximum early on. Two, yeah. $419. Game on.
60.
$41.
100.
60.
How's the math going to go here? Another math aware opportunity. A 100 is not going to cut it.
$28.
Darren, good bit back here. Back up against the wall, against the darts here.
60.
His opponent, 27 points and 3 darts ahead in what could be the final leg here.
22.
Again, the difference here for Leb, who has secured at least a draw, will earn at least one ranking point from this match. If he just gets that draw, then again, he leaves the door open for Chris Duty to come up and capture that number 1 seed for the B Division playoffs.
95.
But the outright win, the 6th leg, would make him unreachable. Even a 7-0 victory from Duty on Saturday would not be enough to secure him that top
22.
spot.
$74.
Fantastic setup there from Leb, who will be coming back to the board. Shouldn't be under much pressure. He's well ahead here.
Come on, D. 36.
3 clear at tops for the match, and the guaranteed 1 seed going into the Challenge League B Division Promotion Playoffs. One more.
No score.
And it's going to have to be a Shanghai from Darren, which means Leb probably doesn't hate his chances still.
Fuck.
Way bit off there for Darren, sitting back on 88. Now 83 will be his leave if he gets a chance. Leb, 3 more clear for the match. In the top seed in the playoffs. I think that double 5 leaves double 15. And I think that single 15 leaves 15 more. 16 for the bullseye here. 66 Darren. We've already seen Leb go for 14s in this position. What will Darren do? Who cares? Who cares? Doubles. Chances to stay alive in a match. Who cares? Who needs them? That's for the birds, baby.
Too many.
And 15 is a very, very dangerous number. That's one of the reasons. Leb finding the 19 with his first start. Darren finding the double 20 with his,
I deserved that.
going unpunished.
Too well.
You also.
Oh, Leb saying he deserved to lose. I think everybody deserved to lose that one. I want to go into the database and just kind of just steal that one away from these players.
Time.
Wow. Yeah, Will saying that was a break from Darren to stay alive.
5.
Some timing working in his favor here, potentially. Then he turns around and opens the next leg with a ton with the darts.
140.
And a ton 40. Oh. All of a sudden, we've got a very spicy last leg decider on our hands here. Darren throwing like he just can't miss.
60.
9 darts consecutive in the 20 segment for the beard.
120.
And Leb is throwing great stuff too. It's just not as good. 45, 66, 125. Darren finally showing some mortality, some fallibility on the right side of the board here in the 10th and final leg.
$52.
Losing it.
$26.
He's lost his way a bit. Can he find it again?
26. The trend.
Or is Leb going to creep back in and secure these 2 points and end the discussion of
No.
who will take that top playoff seed? I mean, as you all know, everyone is talking about who will get that top playoff seed. You basically can't get onto Reddit without seeing a bunch of upposts from or posts and upvotes from all sorts of subs
85.
talking about the anticipation of the playoff seeding
Wild.
for the Challenge League.
Oh, you don't see that every day.
$48 remaining here for the beard. I think that leaves double 8 if that's a double 16 like I think it is. It was, it did, it didn't go.
60.
$41.
All right, decent enough second and third darts there from Leb. The first one finding the single one. Darren trying to draw this, and he gets there. Wow! What an unassuming
Good game, sir.
come from behind there for the
Yeah,
beard,
fought back there. Good
tying
game.
it up, eking out
Yeah.
that point.
Good job on that one.
Wow, incredible. Let's take a look at the summary. Good, I do have that changed up. So we see there, again, almost identical stats. The one deviation there being the first 9, I think pretty clearly going to the Beard's favor, but it wasn't always that way. It started off, again, still super duper even between the two of those. It was only in kind of the back half or maybe even back third, like last kind of 3 or 4 legs of that match that Darren really turned it on. Both players with tons of chances. Like I suspect that's kind of gone throughout the season. It's a matter of, maybe 2 or 3 kind of extra visits beyond that first look at the double. And the match is going to be determined by less who gets down there first and more who gets across that line within those subsequent turns. So that'll be it for us for tonight. Again, keep it tuned here for the schedule for the rest of the week, and we'll be ramping up a ton for the 2021 broadcast schedule with these playoffs here for the Challenge League. In about another week, we will have the Season 5 Bang Average playoffs, which I'm sure you all are excited for. That's always a really good time every few months when we get that gang in here from the UK, get them all battling it out on stream. And, we'll catch y'all next time. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.